Get it, Sylvie.
He saw it immediately.
Get it, Sylvie. Oh, did he get it?
Yep. You got it?
Look at him, he got it. Good boy. Earn your keep, buddy.
Good job, Sylvie.
Now let's see it.
Tactical assault cat.
Good job, buddy.
Dude, yeah. Good man. Give him all the treats. I'm barbaric.
Did you see how you like?
Well, hello there, partner. Go on and hang up your hat, grab yourself a whiskey, and pull up in the easy chair. We're coming off the range of 9 to 5s with a whole herd of news stories that we've been steaming over like a cow patty in the Texas heat. As they say, the chickens are finally coming home to roost. And we're here to ruffle some feathers and ensure accountability ain't just a concept, it's reality. It's that time where the day's drama casts its longest shadow. So let's light a candle to the chaos of current events, the whirlwind of politics, and the tangled webs of corruption that we find ourselves entwined by. It's time to ramble our way into the twilight. Welcome to Sunset Rants.
What is going on, Roman Nation? It is me, Papa Tete, AP2 Dizzle. Welcome to our Tuesday edition of Sunset Rants. We catch up to speed through everything that you have missed while you're at work. This is what we do. I got my good friend here, Scrapjaw. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing pretty good, sir.
Anything new, anything old?
Say again?
Anything new, anything old?
Just me. Just getting old. That's it. One more day.
Fair enough.
Recently celebrated another trip around the earth.
When was that?
So it was over the weekend. So, but
Well,
yeah.
happy birthday, bud. My birthday is tomorrow, so.
Well, happy birthday.
Happy birthday to us, my friend.
Look at us. Look at us.
Look at us.
Those winter
Look at us.
snow
What do you
bunnies.
think?
Wintertime. January.
Oh, yeah.
This is fun. It's a good time of year. I like it. I don't mind the snow. I think the weather we have had was the way it was when I was born. Now, it wasn't the blizzard of 78, but it was definitely this kind of just bitter cold, drop snow after snow. And today it got a little warm out today, which is cool.
Yeah, no, I agree. See, I agree with you on both ends. Like, guys in New York, like, I was always used to, like, growing up with, like, Christmas snow. My birthday snow. It's always snow. But, that was, like, 30 some odd years ago, so it's a little bit different. Like, thankfully, like, tomorrow we're going to be in the 70s, then we'll drop into, negative 20s. But at least I have a time of warmth, like, which I never have. It's always, like, in the 20s or 30s. So, that being said,
all spring, here it comes.
But rest of the team, thank you for joining us today. It's your first time here. I love you tons. It's your bajillionth time here. The past couple of years, we love you just as much. It's nice to have you here. If you got any questions or anything, jump in the chat, throw it on my side. It could be right there. Don't know. Someone will tell me in the chat, but it's always there. We're always doing it across. But QR code, bring you to our site, riseofmiddleamerica.com. You can check all our individual sites where we have all our different channels and all our different episodes that we do that are conglomerate together. You can check out our merch. Beautiful stuff. It's actually pretty good. I got a couple of things. I know everyone else on the channel has a few things, whether it be hats or tank tops, but it also come through with the stuff from the the meme stuff that we do at the end of the show. So, hang out with us, join our Discord. It's definitely one of the largest ones around. But you got anything to say before we just jump into this?
No, I'm ready to get on with it. There's some stuff that's been going down, and we're about to.
All right, perfect. You want me to take this one, or take this one?
Yeah, go for it.
All right, so this was come from KTNV. So this is Las Vegas. FBI Metro Police find more than 1,000 samples at alleged illegal biolab. Here's what we know so far. So I've heard something about this, a couple of years ago. But that being said, it's hearsay. It's all alleged. So it's like, how can you take one thing for another? But thankfully, things do come true as far as the truth. What is it? How do you say it? Conspiracy theory is only 6 months ahead of its time.
Pretty much.
So coming from KTNV, the FBI and Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department provided an update on the investigation into an illegal biological lab found in Northeast Las Vegas home on Saturday. Heard about this before. This is what we know so far. First bullet point. Metro Police and the FBI served a search warrant at the house near Washington Avenue and Hollywood Boulevard on Saturday. Oh yeah, no, totally, because I completely know what that is. But at least now we know. Investigators recovered evidence of possible biological material, including refrigerators with vials containing unknown liquids, according to LVMPD Sheriff Kevin McMahon. Clark County records. Clark County records show the home is owned by David Destiny Discovery LLC, registered to a Chinese national. Jiajiang. Excuse me, I'm always going to say that stuff.
Jiabezu.
Jiabezu. Yeah, sure.
We need
who is
to
linked to an investigation on an alleged illegal biological laboratory in Reedley, California. What are some of the new details the FBI Metro uncovered? During the press conference on Monday, Metro confirmed that the house was owned by the same individual, Jiajiang, connected to a prior investigation of the alleged illegal biolab in Reedley, California in 2023. By the way, these are the places that they were thinking that could have been a Kickstarter, if you would. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong on this one. It could have been a help of a Kickstarter from, the pandemic. Now, Brian, if you want to play this video right quick, the sheriff.
Yeah, it might be the full press conference, but
no, we can see it.
How much of a clip is it?
Yeah, it's probably like a minute and a half, 2 minutes.
Good afternoon.
Oh yeah,
I'm
that's
Sheriff
25
Kevin McMahon
minutes.
with the Las Vegas Metropolitan.
Weekly's here to open.
Let's watch like 2 minutes. Let's watch 2 minutes, 3 minutes. Brian, we'll take care of it.
In charge of the Las Vegas FBI field office, Christopher Delzato, and the Clark County Fire Chief, Billy Samuels. You'll hear from all three of us. I want to provide a more detailed update and walk you through how this investigation unfolded. Just a little over a week ago, LVMPD received limited information indicating that laboratory equipment and potentially hazardous materials were being stored at a residence in the northeast part of our town. As our investigation progressed, we determined that the home was owned by the same individual connected to a prior illegal biolab investigation in Reedley, California that occurred in 2023. The nature of that earlier investigation raised significant concern for what we might encounter in this new case. In Reedley, investigators reportedly discovered an illegal biolab containing materials possibly associated with a range of infectious diseases, including hepatitis, COVID, HIV, malaria, and other potentially dangerous pathogens. While it is unknown whether similar materials were present here at the Las Vegas residence, the possibility required us to proceed with extreme caution. Because of these concerns, LVMPD's counterterrorism section and our armor task force, in partnership with the FBI, immediately initiated a joint investigation and began developing detailed operational plans to address this potential threat.
All right.
That's enough to be said.
He was
So,
on their radar.
It's been on the radar. I knew about this prior. You've heard about this.
How does how do you have a prior investigation? This is not an arrest, a prior arrest. He wasn't prior to that, at least not that it says here. It just he was subject of a prior investigation. Like, come on. Come on.
Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing, you just can't, for stuff like this, like, there's gonna be a nuance between everything together, and you can't just like, oh, here you go. Like any drug raid, my parents, like, they're FBI and SWAT. You just can't do something without it. You can't just acknowledge something without it. So this acknowledges, excuse me.
This guy had everything in there. He had,
well, if they're gonna do it, they're gonna do it right. If like, oh, if he was a legend of this, maybe this is the binding key.
Some of us tinker on cars. Some of us like to build guitars. Some of us like to build PCs. This guy just happens to like to tinker with biological things that kill people. I mean, come on, it was just a garage project, guy.
Drug, sex, and rock and roll and fast cars, they do kill cars, but not the same kind of way that this does. So
as of now, it's unknown exactly what was in the samples in the garage, though. Like,
I've heard about this though, and then it's saying now it's more than 1,000 samples were collected and stored safe at the Southern Nevada Health Laboratory.
Thank you. He was on our radar. So I guess the property manager was booked into the Clark County detention for a felony charge for improperly disposing hazardous waste, and Zoo was arrested and charged in 23 with that warehouse in Reedley, pled not guilty and remains in custody. This is the same thing where guys get out for doing violent crime. It's like, oh, I'm gonna go assault people in the street, and then some woke judge lets them run loose. Like, how do you let people run loose that get busted with a biolab? Something in me says that like this guy there should have been something else.
I think we're playing on the same floor of a different hockey rink. Like we're talking about the same thing, but just differently.
No, this is ridiculous.
Just hear me out on this one. So, like, yes, this guy is a legend, other stuff, but a legend doesn't matter. Fact of the matter is, anything alleged does not hook through. It does not matter. Especially for what we talk about. Now, it could be like we know for a fact, but unless it's like, boom, this is it, you can't do anything. And unless it's boom, is that you can't do anything. That's what they're going to go through. Maybe this is that final link for them to be like, nah, fuck this dude. Like, because I heard about this, like, during quarantine, like things like this, and this is even going to, I'm not going to open up this rabbit hole too much, but do you remember when they were talking about like, body parts and stuff like that being circulated around? One of these labs I remember that they did bust was in Vegas. I'm not saying there's any correlation to it, but there could be a correlation to it. So maybe this was the thing that they waited for to bust, to be like, we got it, here you go.
Okay,
so that's my standpoint on it.
I look I GPT this real quick. Just be like, hey, what's the possible charges for this? This is regulated under the Select Agent Regulations, 42 CFR Part 73, and it's the what's the other statute here? If allegedly my camera was frozen. Okay. The illegal possession of biological agents is 18 USC 175B. Okay, this can get into bioterrorism, for biological weapons, material support for that if it's connected to that. That can be life in prison, criminal negligence, if just people are put at risk in general. This is in the garage. Obviously, this is something that could amount to at least criminal negligence. I mean, they got one guy already on charges for improper disposal of hazardous materials.
So you see, it is
and illegal storage of. So this stuff can go from anywhere from 5 to 20 years on like a basic like biolab type thing that's not regulated properly to 20 to life.
Well, there you go. Like you're gonna do, it's like same idea of murder, or like attempted murder. Like if
Manslaughter,
you fire a gun,
criminal negligence, all that.
fire a gun and it hits, you're only aiming for one person, but if there's like 30 people there, then if you got 30 rounds, it's gonna be individual. So I think they'll run it on that one, especially just based on the fact of the other alleged stuff on this one.
We have to keep track of this because I vaguely remember the first biolab story.
Sure. Yeah.
And if this has been now 3 years and he's busted again, I'd like to know moving
It's a different
forward.
site though.
Yeah, I like to know moving forward how this. I would hope to think that he wouldn't be. Oh, did you see in the video? Brian, bring up not the video, but the article. Bring up the article real quick. Right at the top of the page, there's a picture of the camp. Where, yeah, just scroll all the way to the top of the page, on the this article. They've got one of those robot drone dogs next to their bioweapons, their biological hazard van or whatever. I just noticed it. If Brian can get there. Yeah, scroll up. Yep. Right there next to the ramp on the back of the truck is one of those little MIT,
Yeah.
looking. That's kind of cool.
It's a SWAT lab.
Little SWAT dog. They got themselves a little SWAT bot. It's a biohazard
Zygarde
team.
from freaking Pokemon.
Anyway, I thought that was neat. Just now that I saw that, 1,000 samples in that lab. That's crazy. That's scary.
No, it's especially like for how dangerous it can be. Because I remember back then. I don't know if it was at the same time. So excuse me on this time frame, but there was an Ebola thing going on at the same time where there was like 13 patients that had flown over to the same area, like to the Midwest. So could have been through that. I remember that, but I'm not saying that is related by any means. I don't think it is because he would have. I mean, I don't think he would have said Ebola because Ebola would have been too everybody freak out kind of thing.
Look, we don't know what's in those 1,000 samples, and they're probably going to keep it tight. And if it's something really serious, they won't let the general public
find out.
know everything.
Once the prosecution goes down, we'll figure it out. But
yep.
I mean, it's
That's
like
spooky to think. Chinese nationals, or it might have been a citizen. Didn't say he was a foreign national or anything. Anyway,
no, they worded
that's
properly.
spooky stuff. We've heard stories of these guys that are in, or a rumor that there's like terror cells that are ready to activate.
I've heard that before. You've heard that before.
But this guy was on the radar. They busted him. Good. Keep tabs on
Yeah.
him. Ready for the next one?
Yeah, let's go through it. I get it. You get it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the U.S. shoots down an Iranian Shahed 139 drone that approached the USS Abraham Lincoln aircraft carrier, military says. So this came from Washington.
Yeah.
U.S. forces shot down an Iranian drone that flew towards a Navy aircraft carrier in the Arabian Sea on Tuesday. They said that the Shahed 139 drone was aggressively approached the USS Abraham Lincoln as it crossed the sea, about 500 miles from the southern coast of Iran, and unnecessarily maneuvered toward the ship. Don't touch our boats.
Don't ever touch our boats.
Think about touching our boats.
I guess I'm gonna say on that one.
So the U.S. Central Command spokesperson, Captain Tim Hawkins, said the drone continued to fly toward this carrier despite de-escalatory measures taken by U.S. forces operating in the waters. The drone was shot down by an F-35. Had no American service members were harmed.
But here's the thing: it's an alleged. So this one is saying it was, but on both sides, it's saying
an Iranian
no
drone.
So Iran, they're doing Iran, because they're smart. They're saying no, it was we went for it, but it was an operational error on the drone, which is smart. Don't touch our boats.
The article goes on to say that they confirmed that hours later, forces from Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guard harassed and flagged a crude oil tanker, the Stena Imperative, that was moving through the Strait of Hormuz. Hawkins said that two Iranian military boats and an Iranian drone approached a vessel at high speed and threatened to board and seize the tanker. Remember the last time they tried to do that and they got in a match, like a PID match in around the Strait of Hormuz and in that area, and we completely
it was like 200 guys and they got wiped out and like
no, it wasn't even
seconds.
That was the reason why Iran ceased to have boats. We weren't even in conflict with them. They just happened to accidentally shoot one of our boats. And then we said, well, you don't get to have boats anymore. I believe it was in the same place.
I mean, it's not a big sea, but we have
no,
a police.
But we don't play. They're asking for heat.
No, it's like, I don't know if you guys realize, like Scrap, I think you know, but like I've been following this one very closely. So talking about like don't touch our boats, but you know how we've been grasping, like taking you know, a few of the Russian oil boats. So apparently they did that.
You mean the Venezuelan boats?
The Venezuelan and the Russian, yeah. So apparently they did it like yesterday or today, like Iran did. But I don't know if that's just like propaganda, like, oh, we did it, but it's really not us. But like their entire country surrounded us. Like just this one fraction of our fleet, our naval fleet, could wipe everybody out and take everybody out. So then, because of this, what's the name of the guy? Iran's
Ayatollah.
Yeah, he's hiding underground now. He's like, oh well, if that's the case, he's hiding underground now. So now apparently he's planning we're only playing defensive.
We have bombs. We have bombs that can sink into the ground. He's gonna have to be in a place like
there's nowhere he can go. There's nowhere he can go.
No, I mean, we don't know. Us sitting here don't know all of the things. I'm sure that they've got eyes on this guy, and they know where he's at.
Like we don't know. Yeah, right. But I mean, like if we did our bunker busters, like shit, what do they go like 300 feet, 400 feet down, something like that?
Oh, they go way farther than that. They go 1,000. They can go. They can go pretty deep. I wonder what the exact is.
For those people who don't know, so we have bunker busters, and so we invented these during the Gulf War. And so what we did was everyone's hiding under the mountains. So what they did was they took tank barrels, little tank barrels, which are can take huge pressure, super dense, like you cannot scratch them. So they did was they took those out, bored them out, and they weigh like 30, 40,000 pounds. The sheer kinetic power of them will go down hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of feet. And in time, then they'll explode. Like, there's no way you can really hide from it.
We can hit close to 300. We can hit about 200 feet down. With some of our best ones, but by the time it gets to 300 feet, like it kind of the energy loss from the impact is there, but still, like 300 feet's not nothing. When you can destroy the entire front door and back door of whatever they're in and just trap them in there.
Yeah, and then going on to this one, just the accuracy, like World War II, like if you want to spot where I'm sitting now, you would have to bomb for like a quarter mile and maybe hit me. And then for this, like there's videos, I don't know if Brian can pull up in this conversation, but it's a freaking traffic cone. And from like thousands of feet, it comes down and hits the traffic cone. Like what we have is insanely accurate. Like it's disgusting.
We can drop non-incendiary, non-explosive ordinances on cars that have swords on them. We can literally shoot missiles. We have missiles with swords on them. We don't need to blow you up. We just need to drop it on you, and it's like dropping you in it's like a ninja blender from space.
That's what it's called. It goes, it's like if this is the missile, it goes, and then like you'll have like 6 blades like this. And one of the terrorists, like guys, like he was every morning at 8:03, he would go out and drink his coffee. So we put it like this.
Yeah, it's got like it looks like fins off the
yeah,
sides.
It's like 6 all across. It's like boom, went straight through his apartment. And then the other one went straight through this one specific car. Killed nobody else. Just him.
Well, the first time I realized we had sword bombs. Like it was a video of some guys in these little like smart cars. It looked like, and you couldn't tell what was inside the car. There had been passengers in that car, but you couldn't tell the front seat from the back seat from any of it. It was the most.
But it's not exploded. It's just the impact.
But because the way physics works, when you take a mass and you hit something with it, it creates a lot of heat.
Kinetic energy.
It creates a lot of kinetic energy, and it's nasty. So back to this. They're getting a little spicy in the water, trying to touch our boats, and we're saying no, you can't. Hey, here's a bunker buster animation. Look at this.
Is this the video I'm talking about?
To avoid attack from precision-guided bombs, many nations around the world have put important military facilities into tunnels that deep into the sides of mountains. The U.S. administration wants to develop specialized nuclear weapons called Earth penetrators to destroy the tunnels. The name suggests that the bombs will burrow deep into the earth, reaching the buried tunnels before exploding. This is not what will happen. If the bomb penetrates the earth just several feet, then most of the energy of the shockwave goes into the ground, not into the air. It is these powerful shockwaves, not the bomb itself, that go into the earth to crush tunnels. If the tunnels are more than 1,000 meters deep, the most powerful nuclear earth penetrators will not destroy them. The short distance the bomb penetrates into the ground does nothing to contain the radiation produced by the nuclear explosion. A nuclear earth penetrator will blow out a crater nearly 1,000
I'm not too worried about it. Like, guys like home like assassinations on our president and doing this. But now he's hiding underground. Now, mind you, like the whole thing about this entire what we're doing now is like, the revolution. And there's parts that he said, because they had entire like internet blackout, but they're like, oh hey, like 2,000 people died, but then they're like, no, we've killed like last week, like in 1 week they killed like 30,000 protesters.
It's gross. That's just gross.
No, it's disgusting. And then the government is making them pay $5,000 American to bury them. Now, mind you, like their money is worth nothing. It's like what Germany was worth at the end of World War II. Like $1 for them is worth, I don't know, like loose numbers. There's nothing to hold me to, but something like 3,000 American dollars. Like it's less than it's worthless.
So kind of wrap the end of the story up here. This is the interesting part. We've been moving a massive armada, or at least that's what Trump is calling it.
No, it isn't a complete armada. We got like
Trump is exaggerating. Like one of our ships can level a country to some degree. So, but anyway,
no, we have like 18 brigads. We got 18 brigads, like 2 corvettes. We got USS Abraham. The USS Abraham, like we have enough to take over any country in the entire planet.
We could at least cause some damage on the way. So, but
we want to do it. We could wipe out that entire place easily.
Yeah, but in lieu of all that, the president was briefed last month on a whole bunch of different options they could take, covert tools, some things that were overt. But they also, what it says here is that U.S. allies in the Middle East are urging the president not to strike Iran. They want to do diplomatic talks. I wonder which allies in the region it is.
Well, I can tell you, everyone in like the New World Order.
Trump told the reporters last week that he has had conversations with Iranian officials and plans to hold some more discussions. Quote, I told them 2 things. Number 1, no nuclear. And 2, stop killing protesters. They're going to have to do something.
They are the most heavily Islam country in the entire planet, but it's not by option, it's by force. And like now you have like these protesters like, let's go to Christianity, this and that. Like everyone is switching over to because that's where they want to go to. And I don't want to put like the idea. I mean, it is the idea that they're like, no, we don't like this. We want this instead, because they are a very religious country, you know. But if you're being forced this, like, if you're gay, you're getting killed. If you don't agree with me, you're getting killed. If you know you're the wrong color, you're getting killed. If you know you've had, I don't know about this one, but like, oh hey, if you've had like 3 daughters, one of them's getting killed. But none of any of this, like these people being
It was
killed.
China. China had a one-child policy for a long time.
Yeah, but it's not just like, oh, you're getting killed. Like it's brutal. Like you're burnt alive. Like you're macheted apart. You're raped and then killed, or just murdered, and you're a body part, and then you're used as a flashlight. Like no, dude. Like
things that Iran has been really nasty with it. The pictures we've seen come out are nothing compared to what the Gaza Israel thing was. You're taking people out of the hospitals.
I would say
just letting them die in the street, executing them in the street, just throwing them in body bags, leaving them to die. It's bad. It is probably one of the worst things that we've seen. I'm not saying it's the worst thing that is happening right now, because we still have like Yemen, we have some other countries that are under some wartime stuff, and there are places that still have heavy amounts of trafficking and whatnot. But at least with trafficking, you have some kind of a commerce incentive to not kill people at that mass. This is just total endgame suppression of a resistance, and by the time they get done killing everybody who's in opposition to them, there'll be nobody left to take over the country once they're liberated.
But if you have nobody to control, then what are you worth? Nothing.
You have no opposition. It's fine. Like, who cares? These people don't care.
They don't care.
They really don't care. And it's gross.
You know, and I said it, but I said it the other day. And again, I'm okay with being wrong, but like, I've heard it a few times that it was like one of the most rapid deaths, like through their this overthrow, if you would, 30,000, 33,000 people, that they only said 2,000, but how can we trust them? But it was like something along the lines of, it was the most rapid death in human history ever. D-Day was one of them. This is the other, like in such a small succession. So it's like, no, the people are done with it. So
they're done with it, but it's not over yet, and it's going to be a while before we see the end of this one.
Yeah, so if they took a drone down, all right, cool. You knocked one thing out, our weakest thing ever. So, to the next.
This one's from Weather Channel.
Wait, what?
Yeah, this is a video. Roofs buckle as heavy snow claims 30 lives in Japan. Ooh.
Holy shit. Like double what New York City is.
Snow so high and so heavy, homes are caving under the weight, and soldiers are being called in to clear it out and save lives. Japan sees some of the highest snowfall in the world, but a powerful cold air mass along the Sea of Japan's coast has brought up to 14 feet of snow, taking at least 30 lives. Soldiers and workers are taking down dangerous walls of snow and freeing elderly people trapped in their homes.
Yeah, I mean, they're all wooden houses, old school, so shit. Like the insult, they're just basically in like ice cube boxes at that point.
To give a comparison, we generally talk about the nor'easter, the big blizzard of '78 around here.
Sure.
That hit it hit everything from Ohio all the way up into New England. That only dropped, looking at it here, on maximum snowfall was 40 inches.
That's massive though. That's 40 inches is still insane, because it's not like 40 inches is natural. Like it's Like you got dunes that start
Dude, that's
going
only
like
3. That's only 3 feet.
give me 1 second to take over.
Is
Right
it?
quick. Second. Take over.
Oh, percent. Oh, instant. My bad. I'm looking. That's maximum snowfall or ice accretion. I'm looking at the wrong thing. So some of the places in Boston that during 78 only received like 27 inches. That's only a couple of feet. You know, Providence got 27. Someplace got 20. We're talking 14 feet. 14 feet is, do some fast math on my calculator. 14 times 12 inches, 168 inches of snow. 7 feet high, you know, where it's accumulating, but 14 is probably the cumulative of the precipitation that they've got. That's insane. That's an insane amount of snow. I wonder how much are we reading all the... Oh, now you've got a different one up. Now you've got the AccuWeather one up. Let's see here. The deepest snow has been concentrated in northeastern Japan, home to more than 1 million people. The city of Aomori, snow is piled 7 feet high. More than 100 people have been injured. The snow depth was the most in 40 years. It's a generational, catastrophe for sure.
So this whole snow thing is wild because I don't think a lot of people realize it, but like, you know, say if this is the globe, right? And like this is like polar south, this is polar north right here. So like everyone's been hearing like, oh, it's gonna change, it's gonna like this. But you know, like when something starts to get like when it's spinning normally, but then it starts to let loose. So now it's like going up here. Like if it's spinning this way, you know, if we're looking at north. So it's starting to, you know, actually go crazy.
I'm trying to figure out how much snow is 1 pound, like cubic.
Well, 1 pound of water is like 8.9. 1 gallon of water is 1.8 pounds. So.
Okay, so a pound
cubic foot, I'd probably say is 6 pounds.
Okay,
6
so
pounds,
practical examples of how heavy snow is, since we're talking about buildings collapsing. Water by itself is about 8.5 pounds per gallon, but snow is less dense. Typical snow, that's about a shoebox. A pound of wet snow, probably like a large coffee mug. Or a pound of fluffy powder can be a 5-gallon bucket, about half full.
But it compresses.
Right. So once you start stacking snow and it starts compressing down and stacking, I wonder what the weight has to be to collapse a house.
I mean, well, they're all wooden houses over there, so you gotta understand that. And like a lot of these houses, they're all wooden, but they're all old. Like they've lived through, you know, different time eras for the most part. You know, I'm not gonna say everything. I'm not gonna be that subjective. I'm gonna talk in like, you know, just absolutes. But you know, it's not like American houses where, you know, you have the insulation, or like for me, like I got concrete. It's not like that. You know, when you start going to like these towns, it's truly exactly what you think a Japanese house will look like. It's wood. So how much can it really take?
Really, you know, it's like, you can get up to, about 2-3 feet of snow it gets pretty hefty. It's like 120. So dry snow, 2 feet of dry snow could be 120, 150 kilograms per meter squared. So a meter squared is
33.
a
Three
yard.
foot.
Think of yardstick, like a cube the size of a yardstick. That's
It's a lot
You
of
know,
weight.
that's a big chunk of snow. That's a lot of snow being on these
Well, it's
routes.
massive. Even here, like in Long Island, like back home in Long Island, like if we got too much snow, like you'd have to go do it just because like not so much like, oh, this, but you know, ice gets heavy. The more compact becomes the ice. So it's like,
And we're talking 7 feet.
yeah.
Feet.
Because you, well, at first,
Well
like,
over
oh,
what it
40
takes to
inches,
last
like,
week.
no, 40 inches is massive.
It's a lot
40 inches is
of-
massive.
It's a lot of
'Cause
weight.
you got like, you know, you got like snow blooms and you got snow drifts and stuff, and it packs on to other things. It's not just like it comes down like this.
Feel bad for these peeps. What's going on in the chat? What's going on in the chat?
Oh, my
People are
glasses.
talking about graphics cards in the chat. You better not be
What up,
flexing
Hardy?
on your new RAM sticks.
What up, Jenny?
Knock off that flexing on how much
Jenny.
RAM you just bought, Hardy. We don't like that around here. We're commies when it comes to RAM. You got to share. You need to put your.
I think that's the only
computer
thing
on
I'll
a
agree
botnet.
with.
We need to share the compute power. Yeah,
I'm cool with,
yeah.
I'm cool with it until I get my Steam machine. Then once I get my Steam machine, another RX, RX 5090 or whatever it is, I'd be cool. Like, take whatever you want, but let me at least get some.
Oh, you said R9X. It's a that's not a graphics card. He's talking about missiles.
Yeah.
Yeah, photos of the 70. Okay, then
2000.
AGMs, R9Xs, Hellfire, the Flying Ginsus. Yeah, we were talking about that a little bit. Yeah, boys. Snow days. Snow days. Well,
I mean, it sucks, man. I mean, I can't tell you anything else. Like, I mean, you can agree with me. Like, at the end of the day, like, you know, shit sucks. Like, I hate it.
we're
You
over
know, I
here
like
starting
cold
out
weather.
our show talking about how much we like snow, and they're over there like,
I've
get
never once in my life said I
hold our
like snow.
beer. You guys like
I've
snow?
never once.
I
I would
heard you
never
like
say I like snow.
But we're about to go from snow from frosty snow story down to Texas, where it's getting pretty tepid.
You do this one.
I wouldn't say heated. Texas
Mm.
Republican voters cannot take anything for granted after the Democrats' surprise upset in the state Senate race. Yeah, they kind of got handed to them. Democrat victories in a pair of special elections in Texas are raising the party's hopes for November, with one race cutting into Speaker Mike Johnson's already razor-thin majority in the House and the other sending shockwaves through the Republican Party nationwide. Congressional runoff they had on Saturday. Now, come on. You're going to do a runoff on a Saturday when people are doing other stuff. I mean, I get it. If you need to allot for
That's
time for
bullshit.
most people to
I mean,
go
I
do
don't care.
that.
I don't care if you're Republican or Democrat, but like if you're doing something like on a like last minute,
I don't know about last minute. I'm just saying, like Saturday.
Well, so everyone's off on Saturday, quote unquote. You know,
But are people
But
paying
more
attention?
More people off on that
Right,
Saturday.
people
than
paying
there are not.
attention on a Saturday, like through the week when you're doing your daily grind and you're gonna get off work and go vote or go in and vote beforehand.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. I don't know. Maybe that's.
I don't think you're wrong on it. I just think there has to be like, oh, hey, by the way, in 2 days, not just like wake up and like, oh, hey, Saturday, here's the day.
So on the Saturday, Christian Menifee defeated another Democrat to fill a vacant seat in a deep blue district in the Houston area, narrowed the House Republican majority in the chamber from 218 to 214. It means if conditions stay the same, Johnson can now only afford to lose a single Republican on the party line vote. Bigger upset came from a low-profile state Senate race in Fort Worth, Tarrant County. Democrat Taylor Remmett, and he had defeated the Republican Lee Wamsgans. I'm going to go with it. By a 57 to 43% margin. Major flip for Democrats, gaining a seat that hadn't been won by the party in over 40 years. You lost a 40-year seat in an area that went for Trump in 24 by 17 points. Come on, guys. Come on. Now, honestly,
it's a virtuism of what is, you know, social media.
It's also a lot of people have been saying, look, they're not getting what they want out of Trump a lot of times. Like there's a split in the Republican party nationwide, the MAGA and the establishment, and then there's some people want him to go harder in the paint. They want results sooner than he's given them. And we've just got 1 year. This 1 year has felt like 4. We've said this before. So excellent. Get to play captain.
I mean, I agree with you. I agree with you on what you're saying, because of what you're saying, but like, nah, dude, like, I don't know what their expectations are, like, anything in government just takes forever to do something. And the amount of time what the current administration has done, it's, they get it done, but it's like, what are you expecting? It's not just like a, oh, here you go. You're not like swiping off. If you made some eggs and you accidentally spilled some salt on your table, you can just wipe it off. It's not like that.
Well, that's kind of how it looks like they're framing some of this, because they're saying that they're going to come back with some better resolve to win the seats back in November. Again, this is a special election. There's a certain
it's always special. The last one is a special election. The other one is a special election.
No, I'm not saying special like it's like you need a helmet. This is
I mean, the last one was.
Listen,
or the one before was.
Are you hearing me? A special election at this point. So these happen because people who are sitting in their current seats have resigned early. That's what makes these special. If it gets
like Mitch McConnell.
If it gets too late, if it gets too close to the actual election, there's a deadline where they can't fill that seat anymore. Right. And they have to wait till November. What they did was these candidates, and the Democrat Party felt like, and I think these were Republicans. Well, there's been some Republicans out there that have been like, you know what, I'm out. And when they bopped out, they left a vacuum instead of allowing the seat. So between now and November, it's going to be tighter you have to think tactically here. It's going to be tighter for the Republicans to get things that they want done. And this is also causing like a bellwether effect of like a foreshadowing, that kind of thing.
No, and I see that when you wear it like that, excuse me, I definitely do agree with you on that part. It does make sense. And it's always whenever there's about to be an election, or like this election, something always comes up. Like to where, there can be a sway for votes or something in virtuousness that will put it somewhere else.
Here's an interesting take.
But a lot of these people, like before you read it, but a lot of these people too, like I can only assume, I'm just talking on my own view on this one, to which is neither be true nor false. But there are people, like you and me, like, we read the news, we keep up with it. But, just like there are a lot of like old school, like Democrats who just watch CNN all day, the same people who do watch Fox and CNN or MSNBC all day, and that's what they take. And then they don't know the back end of the stuff that is going on. And I'm definitely put that onto the elder party, God bless their souls, they're our grandparents, but they don't have the access to information. So I feel this is based on that, in my opinion. I'll take it for being wrong.
So what they're saying here, this political scientist, Mark Jones, Rice University, says that the reason the race is making Republicans nervous is that it may be a sign that they're losing support of moderates. But he says that Texas Republicans historically rely on the reality that when push comes to shove, moderate Republicans in November stay with the GOP instead of going with the Democratic alternative. He says, and I think the risky run is if the Trump administration and Republicans nationally go too far, the distance between them and the moderate Republicans becomes greater than the distance between the moderate Republicans and the Democratic candidates. So I'll say that one more time because I kind of read it fast.
No, it's fine.
Quote, I think the risk you run is if the Trump administration and the Republicans nationally go too far, The distance between them and moderate Republicans may become greater than the distance between moderates and Democrat candidates. So it's kind of what we've been saying with the split with MAGA and Marjorie Taylor Greene bopping out early, all that kind of stuff. And so Remit and they say they will face each other again in November, since the state legislature is not scheduled to be in session until 2027. So it's like they're not going to actually get any votes in. They were just doing this for political optics. This is just pure optics. The guy was like, we're not going to have another session, we're out. It's complete political optics at this point. But
the fact of the matter is, like, we can report on what we do, and, like, you know, there's the nuance between, like, the left or the right or the central or whatever it is, but it doesn't matter because, like, you know, everything will cool off like 2 weeks prior, and then it's like nothing happened. That being said, did you I don't know if you could pull it up or Brian can pull it up, but Mike McCarthy or is they just pulled out for a thing where they're gonna defund ICE. It's not like it's posted like 3 hours ago. So I think they're doing that so they can pull back out from like something negative to be said. So there's that cool down. Have you heard about that? Have you seen that tonight? I literally saw it probably like what time was it? I was texting Jenny. Hey Jenny. I was texting her. It was around like 7 o'clock, and it got posted at like 2 hours prior, so like 5 o'clock. But you know, they had to have an agreement, and part of the agreement was to slightly reduce ICE like funding. I was like, oh well, we got to put our money into, you know, other things and other things and other things. Well, the biggest thing right now that's negative for the Republican Party is, you know, all these riots, all this and that. Like, you don't, you know, you have a reason to protest. It's God-given American thing to do. But when you have all these retards creating violence and like turmoil, like, all right, cool. Well, we can come back to you later. But that's what's going on right now. So he just said it not too long ago. Like, I'm saying, like, just prior to before we aired.
Yeah. This article is huge. There's a lot of stuff in this. There's a lot of stuff in this article, and I don't want to like take too much time trying to get through all of it, but I want to hit a couple of things rapid fire that I'm noticing as
Go. Talk.
Okay, so there's that thing. That Texas thing happened.
Okay.
So we go down to the next big thing. It says here that Republicans are relying on a boost from redistricting. We know that there was a Supreme Court case over the districting recently, and they overturned some long-standing precedent and tradition. And so now they're hoping that they can gain some. They can actually gain. They could probably gain up to 14 seats. I've been looking into
compared to what it would be. What would have been prior, like?
But here's the thing that Republicans relying on the district thing. So Trump last year he kicked off a mid-decade push to redraw Texas's congressional districts, especially in South Texas, and they can net up to 5 seats just in Texas alone.
They tried to, but it's not going to happen.
But here's the thing: those districts there's a lot of Republicans that in those places where they gerrymandered them around it, so that way the Democrats held on to these places, even though their constituencies were very conservative.
Like 40, Chad.
So there's that. Yet this recent election here can go against that to some degree. But Democrats can take advantage of low turnouts. You know, that's the thing, is where Republicans are sitting on their hands going, yeah, it's in the bag. We see the culture war. All the memes are flying. They got their, you know, our enemies have got their tails between their legs. But meanwhile, while we're sleeping, they're slitting our throats.
So that's
basically that's kind of what's going on here. You know, these special elections have low turnouts historically. This is a midterm year. It has the midterms always have low turnouts. Ohio's not going to be insulated from the midterm. We have our own issues there, so there's some of that. But
Wait, what's a thing? Paragraph under George Martinez. When I look at independent voters and some Republicans that I've talked to, they are concerned with some of the ICE raids and here locally there have been operations in housing construction sites. Martinez said. So here's the thing. Like, there's a lot of people about to get out of high school, and like, I think it's disgusting that past couple of days or in the past week that they've been taking kids out of school to do this. And a big thing for the Democratic vote is for them. It's if you look at all these protests and stuff, the majority of them are always like the elder people. God bless them. They're allowed to do it, but they are not in. They don't know what's going on. They're only being told what they're being seen. They're only being told what they've been shown. So whether it be from the younger people, like who are the high school kids, their grandkids, or their Democratic kids on that one, and they're like, oh yeah, we'll do that. And my grandma's the same way. She just listens to my parents. God bless her soul. She's gonna be a saint. Mamita, I love you. But not it. Like, there's a big problem with this. And when it comes down to it, it's like when it comes down to voting, especially for like these kind of like midterm elections, it's always heavy Democrat. It's always heavy Democrat. And when it comes out, the reason why is because like most of the time, like people who are Republican or who are one side based, they're always going to be working. They're always going to be doing something. They don't have the time of the day to do it. But the people who do are going to be like the people who are like, oh, hey, like, I can skip school, or I can skip college, or I'm retired, and my family has convinced me that this makes sense.
Republicans can't sleep. Don't sleep on these elections. In this year, we've got too much at stake, too much running here. Trump's only had one term. Republicans have not been. They've not been the best. But there's a lot of good underdog Republican candidates trying to primary right now. We need to pay attention to them. Pay attention to guys like Casey Pooch in Ohio for governor against Vivek. Pay attention to Brandon Herrera.
Brandon Herrera, by the way, if anyone's from Texas,
pay attention to these guys. I'm trying to put a button on it. But pay attention, Republicans. We're gonna get taken in this year if we're not paying attention and making the right moves. I gotta take a quick leak. Can you
go for it.
Take it on. Take on the next one.
All right, so this one comes from Guardian. Let me pull this up right quick. Ooh, this one's always for me. So boy swims 4 hours in rough seas to save his mother and siblings off Western Australia. Holy moly. That is, I'll tell you something after I'm done with this, but a teenager has saved his mother and 2 younger siblings by making 4-hour swim to raise an alarm despite fading light in rough conditions after his family was swept into the ocean in Western Australia. The Appleby family were on holiday in Quandaloot, 125 miles off of Perth, when strong winds pushed their inflatable paddleboards and kayak offshore from 125 mile an hour team. Not 100 hours, but 25 miles. That's insane. Their inflatable paddleboards and kayak offshore from Geograph Bay on Friday. Joanne Appleby, 47, asked her 14-year-old Austin to kayak back to shore to help, but his boat soon took on water, forcing him to swim 4 kilometers, 2.5 miles back to land. That is fucking insane. I've been swept into a rip current over in Fire Island, Long Island, and I guess took like a mile. I almost didn't live. And I was like, wow. So this is amazing. Speaking to Australia's national broadcaster ABC, Austin described fighting rough seas while attempting to swim wearing a life jacket. He removed the life jacket after 2 hours to help him swim more efficiently. What a fucking stud. Good for this man. He's a boy, but he's a man. I thought I saw something in the water and I was really scared and I was just thinking in my head that I was going to make it through. So I was very puffed out and I couldn't feel how tired I was, he said. At one point, I was thinking of Thomas in the tank engine, trying to just keep the happiest thoughts in my head, trying to make it through. Not one bad, not the bad things that would distract me. Hell yeah, dude, 100% Christian. I hit the bottom of the beach and I just collapsed. And then after that, I had to sprint 2 kilometers, about a mile, to get a phone. Holy shit. This boy deserves a fucking medal. Austin called emergency services. I said, I need helicopters, I need planes, I need boats. My family's out to sea. I'm very calm about it. I think it was just a lot of shock. In a later interview with BBC, the boy said he had not been sure if his family were still alive at the point. I didn't know their condition, he said, but he made the call and he passed out from exhaustion. That is the most amazing thing. Holy fuck. The dude swam 2.5 miles. I can't even, like, I swim. I couldn't even swim a fucking mile. And this is Australia, so you got all the sharks and all this shit. He did 2.5 fucking miles? This dude is a champ. This dude deserves the Medal of Honor, whatever Australia has to it.
4 hours.
Hello there, Jen.
4 hours. Holy.
Hours. Holy shit, dude. This is like probably like one of the most amazing feats of anything ever.
And it says 4 hours with a U, not FOR. He didn't swim 4 hours. He swam 4 hours. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Hours.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Five.
That's ridiculous. 13-year-old swim that long. I was a swimmer in high school.
Me too. And I don't think I can do that. I really do not think I can do that.
An endurance. This kid needs to get on the Olympic team.
This guy needs something. This guy needs like National Medal of Honor for like all the colleges or something, because that is by the way, amazing. And then all his parents, they found Austin's mother, his brother Bo, and his sister Grace 8:30 p.m. drifting in the ocean, clinging to paddleboard 9 miles offshore. I assumed Austin hadn't made it. Yeah. So they thought Austin died. He made it and saved all of them.
What a
Good for
Chad.
fucking Austin. Austin's a fucking stud.
What a Chad.
Austin has made life. You know, if I could save my mom's life, if I could save my girlfriend's life, if I could save my sister's life, my brother's life one time, that's phenomenal. Saved all of them. Good for this guy.
All right. It is time for the bump. There it is.
Oof. Oh, I like this one. Oh, this is me.
I want to know where Brian got a picture of my sister from her high school days.
So for those of you who don't know, this is new to us. At the end of every segment, we get a AI generated like photo like this. So essentially what we do is you make a meme. Like it's all random. We just put some stuff in, grab something cool like this. So make a meme of it. Dirty, not dirty, funny, dark, whatever you want. But you know,
this has got
saying it, which we really have to start doing it. But
this is actually
normally
really,
turn to a T or something.
This is a really cool image. I mean,
I like this one.
It's done in oils, like it's supposed to be like in oils. Rebel with no yell. Image credit.
This is 100% Florida man.
Right.
This is 100%.
All right, Rebel with no
like
yell.
St. Augustine.
Credit. This is an AI generated from him. Yeah, it's got the like a Van Gogh kind of feel to it in some spots.
Sure.
Got a vintagey kind of thing going. I'm trying to, but that's like her. But they got sunglasses, so it's not like period piece. This is like Bayou pirate kind of, like maybe they're LARPing. Maybe this is like Far Cry. This is giving me Far Cry vibes.
Well, it's definitely down. It's definitely down in Florida. I know that for a fact.
Spring break in the Glades.
This kid is
Florida
my
man
hero.
saves
Oh yeah.
colonials from the woke. It's Ohio.
Ohio doesn't have palm trees.
We don't have
Those
swamp
swamps.
people like that. No, we got some bogs. We got the muck. We got some muck, but we ain't got swamp people like that.
It's always Florida. It's always Florida. Everything is always about Florida. Let's be real.
Yeah, these got to be Gulf. These are like, and this is like Panhandle.
I'd say it's St. John's River. I'd say that's like that is St. John's River all day.
Yeah.
That's 100% St.
Halloween.
Augustine.
It's like Halloween on the St. John's River, because they're all dressed up. Shiver me. Oh, where's the beads? Yeah, it's not spring break. The beads right there. They're on her neck. Her necklaces. Yeah, maybe that's Mardi Gras. Maybe it's New Orleans. There's a little bit of New Orleans going on there. What do you guys there think? I like spring break in the Glades. It's kind of got a vibe to it. My anaconda don't. I mean, that beads on the bayou. Come on, Brian. Yeah. Yeah. Florida man escaped from yellow fever.
Yeah, I guess you have to be more of a Florida person to know that history. So
I kind of like the beads on the bayou. How is have you talked to anybody down there in Florida with this weather? Is it killing off the
me?
lizards?
Yeah, no, like me, like it. We got it went from one day it went from 4 degrees and it went to 12 degrees. Central Florida, we got an inch of snow, which, by the way, doesn't happen. Like, I've been in Florida, from New York to Florida, 15 years in both. I'll say 15 years in New York, 23 years in Florida. It's never, ever, ever, unless it's for an hour, it's never dropped below like 27. But that's for a small time. But nor has been as consistent because normally they'll go like from 84 to like 30 and they'll go back to 84 like within a couple hours. Like this has been the most consistent cold we've ever had. Team, it's remarkable. And it's not like a fun remarkable. We've never had this. And yeah, getting snow sucked. All my clothes are t-shirts, golf shorts, running shoes, and flip-flops. So I do not have any clothes for the weather at all. This is the longest time I've ever had to deal with cold.
This right here, what we're looking at is the calm before the snow.
Whatever that is, calm before that, escaping the snow.
Escape. Oh. It is kind of cool. I like how the AI did it up kind of like an oil painting. Dig.
I think it's a great photo, honestly.
Yeah. Did a good job, Rebel. This was his submission.
No,
Her.
he always does good though. Whenever he does something,
Her
He's
submission.
like,
It was great. I like the prompt. Whatever you did to prompt this was good. How about? All right, we need to pick one so we can get off of it. Get on with it. What do you guys think in the chat? How many we got in there tonight? Anyway,
Tell me,
got the
Reese.
side chat up. Do you have? I see. I know Brian's thing has got a mix of everybody. Let's see. My anaconda don't. Florida man saves colonials from woke. That's Florida woman. Let's break. It's not abduction if you're willing.
You know, it's wild. Like I am tan and olive in every lighting other than this.
I kind of like Brian's beads on the bayou. It has a little bit of a ring to it.
Yeah, because isn't it like a song like from like the 70s?
Oh, there's a little John Fogerty with Credence.
Credence Revival.
Born on the bayou. Do 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 do.
I mean, whatever it is, I'm fine with whatever.
I'm partial. What do y'all think in the chat? Let's throw it up there. Is it Beads on the Bayou?
Yeah, we definitely have like a 45-second delay, so.
Yeah, I know. Well, I'm kind of trying to fill a little. I like spring break in the Glades, and I like Beads in the Bayou. That's kind of my toss up right there. Did Rebel have one? Besides saying it's Ohio. Oh, not eligible because of having submitted it. Fair enough.
Yeah.
All right. I need a random. You know what? I'm gonna ask. We're gonna do it this way. I'm gonna ask GPT. I'm gonna go GPT. I'm gonna say pick one. No context.
So you just like scroll and like highlight it all? How does that work?
Bayou or Bees on the Bayou or Spring Break in the Glades. What's that one that's just got put down?
While you do that, right back.
And okay, GPT has its vote. One vote for Beads, or two to vote for Spring Break. And we'll use the Chat GPT as a breaker if we need it. Do 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 do. Now I'm gonna have to get my guitars down and play some tonight. I do it on the stream, but I get a copy claim probably.
Can we play Arc Raiders with us tonight?
Yeah, been playing the Arc Raiders a little bit.
By the way, I was trying to tell you at the beginning of the stream, your son is fucking hilarious. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I know, like the online gaming's like, I'm not like after a while, I was like, all right, but your son is hilarious.
He's a riot. He's a riot,
dude. He's so much fun to hang out with because, like, you and me, like, we talk, we do our shit, but he's just like la da da do. He's like, I am one with the trees. I am one with the bushes.
I think Beads.
Dude,
I think Beads is probably gonna get it. I know we've got at least two of them there. That was my vote. The yeah, so GPT says beads. Let's see if Grok. Oh yeah, let's do a Grok one.
But
Let's see if Grok picks it differently. If I throw the image in there and say
yeah, sorry for about the peanut beers. It's my birthday night. It's the only time I'm gonna celebrate it, and this is what I'm doing. So. I think this one actually got a lot of good ones. So
I think it's gonna be beads. I'm waiting on Grok. Yep, it's beads. Grok wants beads. GPT wants beads. I see beads. I see Bayou. I see
yeah, that's fair.
Congrats, bro. Producer wins on that one. Good job. That's a cool image. I like that. I'd put
I like that one. That one was good. That one was actually good. You know, it's like a mix of like different things. You know, like new age, old age, but then you know, going down the bayou or the swamp like Florida, going through it. I like that. Stuff like that. It's like
Yep. All right, y'all. So let's see what's Rebel saying there. Rebel says, "Happy birthday! Thank you, thank you." To the two of us, I'll tell you the story behind the pick. It was July 4th. We had thought we would just be pirates. It was a crazy day of drinking. I just had the picture redone in oil with AI. Fun day. It's just a filter.
That's a real photo.
That's a real. It has that legit feel to it. Yeah, I love it.
Holy shit! I want to know what that real photo is.
It's cool. I like that.
Yeah. Yeah, but if you can put that into us, like, you know, show us that. Like, we'd love to see that. That's a great fucking photo. So, talk about a winner chicken dinner.
I am ready to go. How about you, Tay?
I'm done. I'm tired. I'm ready to get on Arc Raiders with you for like an hour or two, and then
I'm gonna go eat some late dinner.
Are you all right?
I'm about to eat some late dinner, get the kids all put away, and then I'm probably gonna hit the bed myself. I've been feeling it rough lately.
I'll play Arc Raiders.
But
I'll play Arc Raiders. Everyone join in.
If you want to find us, I'm Scrapjaw everywhere. And tonight I'm gonna post some. I'm gonna go through the clips I've got of Casey Pooch running for governor against Vivek in the primary here in Ohio before May 5th. I like the guy. He gets my vote so far. So at least in the primary, I'm gonna post some clips of that and try to make it to some of his events later. That's kind of where I'm at right now. The things I'm into. So catch me on X or Scrapjaw everywhere. Tay?
Hey, man. Hey, thank you for joining me, man. I like this new setup. It's fantastic. Team, thank you so much for everything. You know, we love that you guys are here. First, like I said at the beginning, first time here, we love you. Bajillion time here, we love you just as much. You know, what you do for us is fantastic. I really hope you guys will be here for another time. We will be here on Thursday at 9 p.m. It's not up there yet, but it should be here in a second as far as the QR code. You know, hang out with us. You know, come join with us. You know, if you got anything you want us to talk about, we will talk about it. If you want to get with us, cool, perfect. Catch our merch there. riseofmineral.com. That being said, we will see you Thursday night, 9 p.m. Eastern. And Scraps with me on Tuesday. But on Friday, you have a show, right?
Yes, and this Friday we're gonna talk about a spicy subject that doesn't come up very often. Little tinfoil. Does Trump get a third term, Or has he already had a third term? Maybe
That
it's
is a
fourth
very
term.
spicy.
I don't
very
know.
spicy.
We're gonna suss it out just for fun, because why not?
But
On Friday on Rise of Middle America podcast.
so we'll see you then, guys. Thank you so much for being here with us. We love you tons, and we'll see you on Thursday, if not Friday, 9 p.m. Have a good night.
So I got to thinking, there's MAHA, Make America Healthy Again. MAGA, Make America Great Again. But what we really need to do is make America follow the Constitution again. Motherfucker. That sounded better in my head.